What's up, everyone? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined this morning by Sebastian Ibarra, and we've got a three-pack of topics for you on a Dodgers off day. Dodgers get the day off after sweeping the White Sox. They have now won 8 of their last 10 and will be traveling to San Francisco to face the Giants, who entered the week having lost 5 in a row, but they've won the first 3 games of their series against the Cubs. Originally, the plan was to talk Will Smith and Shohei Ohtani, but Sebastian, it would be criminal of us to not talk about Gavin Stone the day after he pitches a complete game shutout. I was tweeting about this last night. His last 11 starts, which is up to, I believe, 71 innings pitched, he's allowed 15 earned runs. That's good for an ERA of 1.90. He's been fantastic. And my question for you is, Anthony Witrado and I did a conversation yesterday breaking down the difference between Gavin Stone and Bobby Miller. It's a good conversation. It's worth watching. But the question I want to ask you is, the debate we kind of had is Gavin Stone, I think, as a non-100-mile-an-hour fastball throwing guy, has long been considered a high floor, not a high ceiling type guy. My question for you is, over these last 11 starts in particular, has any of your perception, not just of what Stone is today, but what he could be one day, changed? Or is this confirming, or is this just kind of a blip in the radar in your estimation?
Yeah, you never want to go like too far in one direction, like in such a short time. I'd say like my view on him has definitely changed. Obviously, like maybe another like not like a year, but like going into next season, I don't know, kind of crazy to look that far, but like if he kind of continues to put together this strong sample size, then you could say like yeah, I think his ceiling is definitely like being raised, but like to definitely say like, oh yeah, he's gonna be like an perennial all-star type guy. I think they'll take a little bit more time, but yeah, he's been really impressive lately. I wrote something recently on him where he was talking about like his uptick in strikeouts recently. He has like 4 out of his last 5 games, he's had like at least 6. And really, he said what it came down to was like just kind of making changes in bullpen sessions with the pitching coaches. So yeah, he's been really impressive. Adding the strikeout was the next step in his game to really elevate it. So yeah, that was really cool to see.
Yeah, I'm with you. If he does continue to strike guys out, then that's the ceiling raiser. You know, it's not just a play to soft contact, but if it's play to soft contact and get the swing and miss, then that could be critical for the Dodgers. And so it's fun to see. And again, like I always joke, I get pigeonholed on here as the guy, I pigeonhole myself as the guy who holds on too long sometimes with some of these guys. And Gavin Stone's the perfect example of why. Like I was going through, Twitter, and you have all these people who just buried this guy a year ago saying like, he sucks, he's worthless, trade him, what's the point? And now he's awesome, and all those people are coming back, and and so it's like it's the reason I hold out hope for the James Outmans of the world, because I think sometimes these guys do come back around, and it doesn't really pay off to be the first guy off the bandwagon. Speaking of guys going through some struggles, let's talk a little bit about Will Smith, the second guy on our topic list. Dave Roberts described him as being, quote, in a little funk of late. He was supposed to play all 3 games in Chicago. Instead, he got the day off Wednesday. That was his 3rd day off in the last week. He'll have a day off today, obviously, as well. He is 2 for his last 34, dating back to June 13th, with 9 strikeouts and just 4 walks. The 2 hits, ironically enough, were a home run and a triple. So at least he made the most out of those 2. But he has just 3 multi-hit games in his last 29 starts. June last year was one of the worst months of the season for him as well. He hit 230 in the month of June after hitting over 300 in the month of March and May. What have you seen from Will Smith as to maybe why he is struggling the way that he is?
Yeah, I'll lead off with, I have $1 million idea for whoever wants it. Create MLB's version of football's, the NFL's All 22 film, like that little program they have. It was because I wanted to kind of get a closer look at his at bats the past couple of games, and it's a pain. Let me tell you, you got to like skip through all the commercials, and then in between the time and there's like a little bit of it, even with the pitch clock, there's a little bit of time in between pitches.
Yeah,
where like you can't skip ahead because my computer only does 30 seconds, or else you'll miss the pitch. So whoever's listening, whoever has the power to do that, cut out all the commercials, obviously, and then just have pitch without like the time in between. That'd be perfect.
There you go.
But
So in your
Looking at
45 minutes of analysis to see four at bats of Will Smith, what did
yeah.
you find?
So like looking on Tuesday, he's just been missing his pitches. Like he had a couple middle. He had like a hanging breaking ball, one that he missed, which is like okay, maybe it was early in the count. But then he missed like a middle fastball early in the count, and then that led to like him not getting a hit that at bat. You kind of miss your pitch there. The couple other ones that game on Tuesday, he was swinging at pitchers' pitches. So he had swung at like a slider down in the zone on a 1-0 count. Don't really like that.
Yeah.
And then Monday was his couple of bats were kind of a wash. He put up a fight. He only had 3 strikeouts, so that's the good part. He's putting the ball in play at least. But he really should have had 2 because one, he really had a nice at bat and should have earned the walk, but he had a bad strike 3 call.
Got it.
And yeah, so that's really it. Just kind of missing his pitches and then not really and swinging at pitches early in the count.
Going back and looking at some of the Savant stuff, I love that you can like kind of look at hard hit rate, some of these type of statistics month to month. The biggest one that jumps out to me is his in zone swing and miss percentage. So April 13.8, May 13.6, basically static there. That jumped all the way up to 19 in the month of June. So he's swinging and missing on 19% of pitches inside of the zone. And as you go and sort of look at quality of contact, his barrel percentage, 9.7 in April, up to 16.2 in May, down to 5.9% in the month of June. Hard hit rate kind of going the same direction, 43% to 54% in May, down to 35% in June. So it's kind of the worst combination of things where he's swinging and missing more, and then he's not making loud contact, which obviously those things are related, right? Because he's either missing the pitch entirely or he's barely missing the pitch. He's making contact, but barely making contact. It's soft contact. And so it's worth pointing out, like, Will Smith, by the way, is still second in wins above replacement among catchers in Major League Baseball. He's just a tick behind Adley Rutschman. He's ahead of William Contreras. And both of those guys are guys who play basically every day because they can DH on their off days. So they've played like 8 to 10 more games than Will Smith in the first half. But just something to keep an eye on. I'm not worried about Will Smith. I know you're not worried about Will Smith as far as this lingering. It's just sometimes guys go through slumps. Dave Roberts giving him a little bit of extra time off in hopes that he can get his mind, his body right and be ready to go post sort of, into July and through the All-Star break. Last one here. Let's talk Shohei Ohtani. Again, like Gavin Stone, we can't talk about the Dodgers and not talk about what Shohei Ohtani is doing. He breaks the Dodgers record for consecutive games with an RBI. Yesterday, that's his 10th straight game with an RBI. That was with a leadoff home run, his second game in a row with a leadoff home run. There was a 6-way tie for 9 straight games with an RBI. So Ohtani now has that record all by himself. Over that 10-game stretch, Sebastian, 16 for 36 with 8 homers and 3 doubles. He also has 11 walks. He's walked in 6 consecutive games, 9 walks over that stretch, 17 RBIs and 14 runs over the last 10 games. What do you even say about Shohei Ohtani when you look at all these numbers? He leads the National League in home run, like records being broken, leading the league in this, that, and the other, career high in this, that. What do you say about Shohei Ohtani at this point?
Yeah, it's like you turn your back for 1 second and he's already out here breaking another record. There really isn't a whole lot you can say about how good he's been. He's been somehow better than advertised this season for the Dodgers. His power has really exploded in the past 15 games, I believe, with like 10 of his 25 home runs coming in that stretch. Him in the leadoff spot, that's been really good surprise. Not a surprise, but like good to see that he's been able to make that transition.
Yeah.
And yeah, like he has you wondering, like, can he go for a triple crown? Which what's the last? Was it Miggy or Trout?
Yeah, I was gonna say Cabrera. I think got one.
But the only thing he's only behind in RBIs. He's like in 3rd place. I think it's going to be a little hard for him to rack up the RBIs just because of the spot he's in the lineup. He's batting leadoff with the Dodgers kind of struggling bottom of the lineup, which you need to get guys on in front of him. But if he hits home runs by himself and doesn't have to rely on him, I guess it is possible. But yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on towards the end of the season.
Yeah, 2012, Miguel Cabrera led the American League in home runs, RBIs, and batting average. He hit .330 with 44 home runs and 139 RBIs. He was the first player to do it since 1967. So Ohtani chasing something down that's been done just one time in the last, whatever that is, 57 years, and hasn't been done in 12 years. So I'm with you. Like, what else are you supposed to say? It's like we come on the show and it's like you're supposed to give a hot take on Shohei Ohtani, and it's like he's really good. He continues to be really good. He was really good last week. He's probably going to be really good next week. He's going to be the player of the week. He's going to be the player of the month. Like, everything that he's doing continues to be, oh, that's right. That's why they gave this guy $700 million. So again, breaks a new Dodgers record, most consecutive games with an RBI, and the streak's still ongoing. Gets to play in San Francisco with a chance to extend that streak. And to your point, the fact that he's done, I believe 9 of those games have come in the leadoff spot. So like 9 straight games as a leadoff hitter with an RBI, someone somewhere can go do research. But like, what's the record for most consecutive games with an RBI from the leadoff spot? Especially with all the criticism that the Dodgers bottom of the order has taken. So good stuff there. Again, Gavin Stone, stock up. Will Smith, stock down. Shohei Ohtani, stock, I guess, up from already being about as high as it ever possibly could be. That is Sebastian. I am Jeff. Hey, if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to enter our sweepstakes with So Rare MLB. We are giving 3 of our listeners a chance to win 2 tickets to any Dodgers game of their choice. All you have to do is join So Rare. You can click the link below. Enter a competition. Your last chance to enter is on Friday, so make sure you get a lineup in before tomorrow. Again, totally free to do. Draft a team, send a lineup, and then send us a screenshot of your team. We'll pick 3 winners, and they will get a chance to pick whatever game they want. Grab 2 tickets from So Rare. So follow Dodger Blue 1958 on social media everywhere for details on that. And hey, by the way, if you're here on the YouTube page, stay tuned. As many of you know, I've been in Reno here covering Oklahoma City in town, and some awesome interviews coming up. We have an interview from Diego Cartaya, one of the Dodgers' top prospects who just got promoted to AAA. That went up on our page a couple of days ago, and later today, we've got more content. I sat down with River Ryan, James Outman, the manager of Oklahoma City, as well as Andre Lipsius. More content to come, some batting practice videos, tons of stuff. So subscribe here, ring the notification bell, and make sure you check that stuff out. Again, thanks everybody for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, go Dodgers.